Hey, what's up everybody? Let me turn this light down here a little bit. There we go, that might be a little bit better. Yeah, a lot better. Out here on the high river tonight, as you can see behind me, I got the pink lightning bugs and a couple green ones lit up behind me. We're out here on the high river tonight doing a little bit of nighttime blue cat fishing. Hopefully we can put one in the boat while you guys are here with us tonight. I want to welcome everybody to Slender Cat Outdoors tonight. If you can hear me, make sure you let me know down in the comments. Give me that thumbs up. Let me know you guys can see everything good and hear everything. I'm going to let some people kind of come in and see what's going on tonight. All righty. I got 5 rods already out, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab that other one and see if I can't get it out. Show you guys what we're using for bait and rigs we're using tonight. All right, so to start with, yeah, that light is bright. Hopefully you guys can see everything good. We're using, this is a Alpha Mar. A lot of people ask me about this reel. This reel is a Abu Garcia made reel, but it is currently discontinued. They discontinued it several years ago. We're using a couple, this is a medium, heavy Warrior Cat rod. And we got some, the pink ones got medium, the pink lights behind me got medium heavies. And these green ones, the outside rods, are heavies. That's 50 pound. This is actually slime line, down to 80 pound Andy Monster. Don't have a whole bunch of current tonight, but this is a 10 ounce sinker just to make sure we can hold on the outside. Got about 24 inches leader line. The center of it's got a Demon Dragon, down to a D85 Diachi, and a good old cut up piece of gizzard shad. Let's get him out there. And I tell you what, I extremely underestimated how quickly it was going to get cold tonight. Of course, I dressed warm, but wow, did it get cold once that sun went down. So let's see if we can't get some fish in the boat. If you guys are just joining me, we're out here on the high river tonight, doing a little bit of nighttime blue cat fishing. It's November. The fishing around here has been pretty good here lately. We don't have a whole bunch of current. We only got about a half mile an hour, maybe 7/10 mile an hour, something like that. But enough to hold the boat still and put a drift sock out. And yeah, I normally give up on a nighttime bite too, but it was nice out. I knew it was going to be nice today, and I thought, heck, I'll take advantage of this nice day and do a show from on the river instead of just in the house or in the garage. So, and I'm actually going to see how long I can last this winter. I don't know how how long I'll be able to do this once the temperatures really start to plummet. But if I'm going to talk to you guys and share tips and tricks and talk about stuff, hey, I just soon do it out here and have a chance to catch a fish while I'm at it. So if you guys have any questions about what's going on tonight, let me know. Leave it in the comments and I will get to it. As always, put at Chris Souders, and it will highlight, and I'll be able to see it a little bit faster. Yeah, I'm anchored up. What I got behind me is we're sitting in about 20 foot of water. What I did was I picked and you guys watch them lightning bugs back there now. one goes down while I'm talking to you guys have to tell me. But what I did was I picked a spot that I figure I can come up here and sit while I'm talking to you guys, and those fish, if they're going to feed at nighttime, they might come up and up onto this little bit shallower or secondary channel flat before it goes right up to the bank, and they might be moving back and forth. So I tried to pick a spot for this this show that those fish might be moving up into, but it is a brush pile. We're sitting in about 20 foot of water, and it is an area that I've caught fish before, so I got faith in it, that is for sure. Water temperature is right in the high 40s still. We've been right around that 46, 47 mark here for a while. Now, whenever I come up through here, I looked around, and I didn't really see nothing as far as fish, but while I've been sitting here, I got set up about 20 minutes or so before I, was able to go live, and I've been seeing some movement on the sonar, so hopefully they're able to come up in. Ryan, we are actually fishing right around the Galplis area, Galplis, Ohio. I am on a seam line, but one thing I want to, talk about, somebody asked, if I was sitting up on a seam line. Doc, are you talking about the ones on the poles, or are you talking about the light that's shining into my face? We can do. I try to do hand puppets, but you guys can't see the shadow. But anyway, okay. Doc, I will send you the link to that. It is actually a Amazon light. It's battery powered. You can turn the power of it up and down depending on how bright you want it. And it's really good light, as you can see. I mean, it takes I think 4 AA batteries. It's supposed to last for a good long time. Of course, I've never really tested it in the cold weather, so so hopefully it'll last at least through this show. But we was talking there about, I had a question if I was fishing a ledge, seam line, kind of an idea. So normally this time of year I would be fishing seam lines, but this is not like a normal year. We're just a couple days away from Thanksgiving, which happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you guys eat way more than what you need and you all have the belly cramps. Just kidding, just kidding. Have fun, enjoy your family though on Thanksgiving. But normally this time of year, we got a lot more current. It's forcing those fish kind of in the seam lines and stuff. But last weekend, I was fishing with a good friend of mine on Friday, and we was finding fish out into the middle of the river on nothing, just cruising. So those fish are not really having, they're not getting forced up into those seam lines and stuff yet. Now, this particularly is a seam line. I'm off of it just a little bit, and we're fishing that ledge, okay? I got some baits. So on the right-hand side of the boat over here, those are up in the shallow, probably, 8, 9, 10 foot. And then as these come over, it'll step down, from 20, 25, 30, and so on. So that kind of gives you guys an idea. And that brush pile is laying right, right on that ledge. So whenever I went across it, I measured it and set up about 70, 75 feet above it, anchored up, and casted back to it, hoping that if there's anything around, it will cruise up through there and get whiffed or get some scent off my baits and come to it. Somebody asked about bait. I'll show you the bait that I used today because it is by far not the best bait at all. Of all days for me to not bring anything with me, you know, it was bad. Well, you guys ain't gonna see that. So I was going to show you the package that some people were asking about the lights. Let me see if I can do this. No, that ain't gonna work either. These are lightning bugs. If you, for somebody in the chat, if you guys could do me a huge favor, since I can't actually show them the package, Roger or Harley or somebody, go grab the link to lightning bugs, and thank you, Harley. Harley just left it in chat. Go check them out. They're super good. As you can see, bright. They last a long time. You can, the only downfall to it, and it's not really a downfall, there's these little these little clear tubes. So this goes onto your rod, okay? And it's got two holes. Your front eye goes through the one and then back out the other, and it will be kind of facing to you. And then the light just sticks inside the surgical tube, and you twist it to turn it on and off. Super bright, lasts a really long time. The only downfall is you got to cut your line to put them on and take them off. For me, I swear I keep seeing that light. I think it's my head, that light disappearing back there. But, you know, for me, you know, I like to just put them on and leave them on anytime I'm going to be using them. But, you know, it's not really that hard to take them on and off. And they work absolutely phenomenal. I love them. Bait. Somebody asked me about bait. So, like I was saying, I did not bring bait. I thought, well, you know, I'll catch some shad. Bait has been tough around here for me. So I've got most of my shad are this size, which, you know, 5 inches, not the biggest. I got a few out there now that are about 6 inches or so. Not the best bait, but it's bait. You know, it's all I could get real quick. I didn't have a whole bunch of time to, you know, throw the net and keep looking around. All right. Yeah, last weekend, you know, somebody said something about bait has been really, really tough. Last weekend, it wasn't bad at all. You know, a couple throws of the net had, you know, enough gizzard shad for me to do what I needed to do. But today, it just wasn't happening. But that's sometimes that's the way it goes. I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to see one of them rods just double over. That's what I'm here for. Roger, buddy, you live in a great world where you can get shad, you know, all the time. That's I wish I could. You know, most generally you can, but this year we had such a high, a large shad spawn, and you know, for some reason, I have struggled, and you know, I'll be the first to admit it, but I have struggled finding big shad. I don't mind freezing skipjack and moon eye. Somebody said something about freezing bait, but you know, shad I really hate to freeze. You know, I try not to get more than what I figure I'll need in that day, and then you know, I normally keep them alive and return them back, but normally, you know, when it comes to shad, I like to, you know, make sure and, you know, fresh. Now skipjack and moon eye, I will you know, use older. Uh-oh, fellas, look right here. I got impatient on him. I got impatient. Reeled down too quick. About kicked this other rod out there in the water. All right, still got my bait. Throw him right back out there. Maybe he'll come up and get it. And you know, something else I like about these lightning bugs is, you know, you don't have to worry about when you cast them. You can cast it hard or easy. And you know, that's a mistake that, you know, I see a lot of people do, and I just did it myself. It's cold, and you know, I knew I knew to wait, but you know, I wanted to catch that fish for you guys on live show so bad. You know, oh well, that's what it goes. Oh, getting another bite over here. Now these are right way up here on the bank, which is, you know, hey, maybe they will move up there on that bank and turn on here in a minute. Somebody asked or said something about the mic. You know, thank you. I I have struggled with sound and audio and all this, and being able to walk around and talk to you guys at the same time. It's awesome. Somebody, I seen a question, just scroll by, and somebody was asking about bait, whether we was using live or cut bluegill, but we're using cut gizzard shad tonight for bait. It's a little on the small side. I got a few that are, you know, in that 6-inch range, but using them whole. Cut, you know, some of them I cut the tail off of, but hey, I'll take a hybrid striper right now. I won't be picky. I'll take anything out here. For you guys just joining in, I want to thank you guys for coming out here and spending a little bit of time with us tonight. It's a beautiful night, a little cool, but it is a great night. Yeah, if you stare at them for a while, they will move. If you're new to the channel, I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. And if you don't mind and you get a chance, share it, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you like the information we're putting out. Also, I have been doing some different things. Let me check that rod. Boat must be moving there just a little bit, but something I've been doing here recently has been trying to go to different places. But I've been you know, trying to go to different places and getting with some different people to get you guys some information on different bodies of water. If you guys like the last couple I've done, one with Trey Thorpe, which I heard something move, which I done with Trey Thorpe on the James River. I got another video coming out with him down there, and I done one with Zach Royce on Lake Gaston. If you guys haven't checked those out, make sure you go back and check them out. Let me know what you think. If you like that kind of stuff, I'll continue it. If it's not, if it's kind of boring to you guys want to see more straight up fishing, you know, let me know. This channel is strictly for you guys to get as much information to you guys as we possibly can. We're on the High River tonight, fishing around the Galplis area. And hopefully, if I get another bite, I won't mess it up and I get you guys a fish. Somebody, yeah, I'd like to build a fire on here. I should have brought my, I got a little propane buddy heater, and I should have brought it so I could get a little warm, but it's not that bad. I mean, I just got a hoodie and some bibs on, and it's really, you know, it's really a nice night to be out here, to be honest with you. I always think I'm gonna turn around and there's gonna be one of them rods just doubled over. Fire pits for the boat. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how that's gonna go, but Kerr Lake is definitely on my bucket list. You know, I got some friends that they're out that way, and I've been wanting to make it out that way. I just haven't yet. I do have hand warmers with me. It's not bad though. It's not bad. I think as long as I can continue to get out here, you know, and I get the lighting and all that stuff figured out, I'm going to continue to come out. King of the James. Well, the King of the James and the Sea Arc tournament, their dates conflict, and I will probably be going down to Alabama for the Sea Arc tournament. Unfortunately, I was actually planning on fishing the King of the James with Doc and his son Larry, but unfortunately, you know, the dates conflicted, and you know, you got to choose one or the other. So I will probably be headed down to Alabama to fish the Sea Arc tournament. Oh. I keep getting a little nibble on that one over there. The same one that I missed that fish on a minute ago. Hopefully he'll come back and get it. We're sitting in about 21 feet of water, and like I was saying earlier, the water temperature is about 46, 47. If you're going to Wheeler in 2021, there will be a big tournament going on that time of year on the Guntersville, Wheeler, and Wilson. I believe it's going to be 3 days, 2 days on Guntersville and Wilson, and 1 day on Wheeler. And I think you have to qualify for the last day on Wheeler. So, and that's a Cat Masters tournament, I believe. Same guys that are putting on Texoma and Possum Kingdom. Make sure you look them up. They're going to be putting that tournament on as well. Uh-oh. Mike, are you talking about the 3-day tournament down there on Guntersville? That's the one you're talking about? Guntersville, Wilson, and Wheeler? I know a lot of you a lot of you guys are just new to the channel, and something I get asked on a daily basis. Hey, somebody just said something about Nebraska, and it kind of struck my mind. I'm looking for a good place to go ice fishing for catfish. If you guys know of good places, you know, that is really good. And when I say ice fishing, I don't want to go out on it unless they can drive a truck on it. So let's make that clear. If the ice is not, you know, thick enough for a truck to drive on, I don't want to walk on it. But I do want to try ice fishing. I've never done it, and I want to try it. So if you guys know of a place, leave it in the comments. Something I get a lot of on a daily basis is, what hooks do I use? Everybody sees them, hears me talk about how good they are, or how much confidence I have in them, and how good that they've done me, over the years that I've used them. And I've used these hooks now for probably, I'd say 6-7 years, and really like them. But that's a Diachi Red D85. These are offset. You can buy them bulk from TTI Blakemore, for anybody that is interested in them. These are absolutely great hooks. I love them, have a lot of confidence in them, and I get that question on a daily basis from a lot of people that whenever new people come to the channel. So yeah, somebody was talking about shallow water cats, kind of wanting some more information. So we can talk about that a little bit. I love to fish shallow. Normally, if those fish are shallow, it's for, one of two reasons. Either they're feeding, or, it's warmer water, something of that nature. So it can be fast action. Whenever it happens, normally multiple fish. I just heard all right, because swore I heard one of them rods pop. But it can be fast action, multiple fish at the same time. If you guys watch or have watched some of the shallow water videos that I've done, I like shallow water at nighttime. I also like shallow water on warm days, when those fish, are coming up to get warmer. And that's kind of like in a winter time. Sometimes in the spring, it'll be more apt for that to happen. Yeah, Doc, I do remember Rocky Fork shallow. So temperatures, a lot of times when it's shallow water, like I said, it's going to be colder water, but those fish are kind of going up shallow to get into some of that warmer water. That can be springtime from creeks, bringing in warmer water, things like that. Nighttime, they're going up there to feed. But spring, in that early time of the year, I really like shallow water. And depth can be super shallow. I mean, you can literally be with, depending on the size of fish you're talking about. For instance, Rocky Fork Lake, where Doc was talking about there, you got a lot of channel cats. So, a foot, 2 foot, it really doesn't matter how shallow. So now, whenever it comes to, that must be the wind blowing me a little bit. Shallow water for blue cats, same thing, 2, 3, 4, 5 foot, can be extremely good. And you can drag that, anchor it, if you're gonna if you're going to, drag in that, I definitely would recommend planer boards. Um, to make sure you get those baits out away from the boat. But I definitely like to anchor up in the shallow water. James River is another place. I will go up into the shallow bays, backs of little coves, things like that. Now, one thing I have noticed is that if you can find a place that is shallow, but has relatively, deeper water close by, that can be really, really, really good. Okay, um, I definitely like long arms off of river or lake or something like that can be very good as well. I seen a question go by. I didn't get a chance to read it all. Whoever the individual was talking about being a few hours north and not being able to get bait. Hit that question again, and I will see if I can't catch it this time. For just a couple of days before Thanksgiving, it's actually really nice out here. I'd say it's probably still 40 degrees out here right now. Beautiful evening. Just a slight breeze coming from the side. Not bad at all. Be out here on the high river. If I could just get a fish, we need to catch a fish. Somebody do a fish dance. I would dance, but I don't want to scare you. Jordan, just a little bit, buddy. Not a whole lot. I got a drift sock out the back. I think it's like a 42-inch drift sock, and it's holding the boat still. Of course, there's really no breeze or anything either, but we're sitting good. We're sitting still. We're anchored up. We're definitely anchored up this time of year. The water temperature's getting around that 40, high 40s. I definitely go to an anchor. This time of year, it's Bobby, when it comes to shad on, buying it from a bait store, if you can find some place that carries it alive, I say, yeah, absolutely. But if that shad is frozen, and in a freezer or something, I wouldn't. I would try to. Instead of. Are you serious? Are you? Daggone it. That joker had her rolled over. Man. Yeah, he just stole my bait, didn't he? That little thief. That's all right. That's all right. Yes, they are. They just want to see me get up. I don't think that was a gar. The way that one hit, I don't think that was a gar. We'll give it a couple minutes, see if he comes back for it. That's the second one that's yeah, I thought it did. I thought it did too. That outside rod got a little, yeah. There is some big gar. there's absolutely some big gar in this river. And you know, those gar is fun to catch. Tackling cats, he asked a good question. He talks about flatheads in a lake versus a river, and whether I like more live bait or cut bait in a lake. Lake fishing, you know, for me, when it comes to flatheads, is definitely live. You know, I in a lake, I just feel more confident using big live baits. You know, more so than cut bait. I feel like cut bait, you need current or some sort of flow to really get that scent to them. If you're not dragging the baits or something, just in my opinion, for flatheads, it really seems like they're sitting in one place, and you really got to get their attention to come after it. And I think that, you know, a live bait will do that much more than, you know, a cut bait. It took those fish a little while to hit, but they finally did hit a little bit. I'm gonna give them a few more minutes on here, and then we're gonna call it for tonight. Somebody asked a question about deep water. Um, you know, this time of year, I definitely would try, you know, deep water. Uh, you know, for years I would never fish deep water, and then uh, Nick and I was fishing a tournament, and you know, we had some time, we had found some fish, and we had some time to kill and try different things, and we tried some really deep water. And when I say deep water, I'm talking 100, you know, foot or so, uh, and we started catching really good fish and having a good success with it. uh, so you know, I started trying it more and playing around with it, and you know, I definitely would try it. If you got deep water around, you're in an area, you know, this time of year, normally don't have to, uh, you normally don't have a thermocline. The water's cooled off some. Definitely try it, you know. And you know, if nothing else, you know, give it some time. And if it doesn't work, you know, you tried it, but don't give up on it. You know, try different depths in that deep water. Something I found before is they may be 100-foot hole, but those fish might be 60 foot within that deeper hole. I seen some people fishing today on a canal in Ohio. Uh, I'm taking that was you. Now last Thursday I was here, you know, and on the Ohio River and never got a bite. Um, but went down to Kentucky waters, uh, you know, on downriver, and Friday, and we caught a bunch of fish, probably 20 fish or better, but most of them was really small, you know, that 5 to 8 pound range. We caught one good one, caught one that was about 38 pounds, so that was pretty good, you know, pretty good fish for Kentucky waters anyway. I might have to do a video on that to kind of show you guys the difference. You know, what West Virginia, you know, is really doing here with the fishery. I mean, you know, Doc caught a 50 last week in West Virginia waters. I didn't catch it, but Dean, the feller that was fishing with me the week before that, caught a 54. It was 1 inch shy of the state record. You know, so, I mean, you know, they're absolutely, West Virginia is doing a phenomenal job. And anytime you guys get a chance, you know, pat them on the back for that. They're taking care of these fish, and I can't thank them enough for that. Well, we've been here for about 40 minutes, so I'm gonna call it for this spot and for this show tonight. I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hope to see you back. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hope you got some information. Hopefully, you know, you'll be able to take something away from this. If you got any ideas for Video Viewer Fridays, something you guys want to see more in depth on videos, make sure you leave them in the comments. Till next week, we'll catch you on the water. Thanks for watching, folks.